Alright, we're back in Kerbal Space Program. This is part 2 of a series. Last episode we launched a vessel and collected some science and completed some contracts. And in this episode we're gonna, let's see, we did... Okay, yeah, we went to the Science Center and picked up Basic Rocketry and Engineering 101. We still have just over 6 science left. So we're going to go into, I forget what this building's called. Contract building, I guess. I don't know. So, let's see, we picked up a couple. I think one was to leave the atmosphere, and the other was to test a decoupler, or no, what was it, a decoupler? Oh, we'll find out. Going into the vehicle assembly building. And let's go ahead and take that part off. Let's see, we got, yeah, a stack decoupler. The TR18A. That's this, okay. So, this is the way, we're going to try to leave the atmosphere. That should be interesting. I hope this works. Hold on a second. Do we have the heat shield? Yeah, we want that heat shield. Alright, we're putting the heat shield on. So when this thing comes back through the atmosphere, this is the bottom of the command module. And this will protect everything above it. So we'll put that on first. And then we want a stack decoupler. This thing, when I hit the space bar, it will decouple. It'll separate what's above it and below it. So below it, we need to put our fuel tanks. We're going to need quite a few of these. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can use the Alt key and then just left click, and you can add several pieces to the mix. So in order to get to space, let's see, let's do let's move this here. What we need now is an engine, because this is going to be stage 1. We've got this engine, and then we'll need another stack decoupler so we can decouple from what's underneath this. We're going to add some more fuel tanks. I think we're going to try for 2 stages. I hope that's going to be good enough. Put some more down here. That should do it, I'm hoping. Let's see, is that going to be enough? No, yeah, we're going to be good with the part count. I was just worried about that. And then we need another engine. And they wanted us to, let's see, they wanted us to test a TR18A stack decoupler landed at Kerbin. So that what we have to do is put the stack decoupler at the very bottom, and then in the staging, can I delete that? No. Okay, this is going to be first. I'm going to go ahead and put the engine. Let's see, you can see the engine when I highlight the engine here. It shows what's inside of this capsule, I guess you can call it. So I'm going to put that in with the stack decoupler. So what'll happen is when I hit the space bar to engage the engines will fire, and then that stack decoupler will decouple from the rest of the craft. The next stage we're going to have, let's see, we're going to have this decouple next, and then this engine, and then finally the third decouple will detach all of this from the heat shield, the command module, and everything else with it. So I think that's going to be good. I think that'll get us to space. I think that'll do it. Alright. I don't know. I'm not very good at this game, so it's all trial and error for me. Let's see, what else do we need to do? I guess that's it. What else are we doing? Escape the atmosphere? Yeah, that's the only two we're doing. Okay. So we'll go ahead and launch. Alright, we're at the launch pad. Oh, don't fall. This looks like it's wobbling a little bit. We don't have the stability assisters, which pretty much keep the kind of like the space shuttle pad, where it's all attached to this big device that, you know, keeps it vertical until you fire the engines, and then it releases it. I don't have that part yet. We have to research that still. So I'm going to move the throttle up to about 2/3, and we'll see what that does. Actually, no, let's go with 100% because I don't know how it's going to start out. And then if I need to decrease it, we will. So you can see over here the staging. So these two will go first, then this will decouple, this engine will fire, and then it decouples, and then finally the parachute will bring the capsule or the command module back to Kerbin. So let's see what else. Here's our resources or our fuel, and then here I like to keep the contracts up so you'll actually see them turn green when you've completed them. And we have to get, I think, to 70,000. Let's see. Yeah, 70,000 meters or 70 kilometers to get this contract completed. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we got the decoupler landed at Kerbin. It actually exploded because it was right on top of the engine when we fired it. So I decreased the speed a little bit because you can see up here this light blue area is the real soupy part of the atmosphere. There's a lot of drag. Once we get up past this first hash mark, we can increase the speed a little bit. I'm going to start tilting over. You can see we can start tilting the craft over a little bit. We're almost out of fuel in this section here. So I'm going to raise the speed a little bit and decouple. Fire the engines on the second set. And let's see. Alright, we're starting to... I don't want to go too fast, because we're starting to break through the atmosphere here and getting the re-entry, or... wouldn't be re-entry effects. We're entering I don't know. Anyway, I backed off the throttle a little bit. We should be coming into space. If we go to the map mode, you can see our apoapse, which is the highest point of an orbit. In this case, we're just going to be suborbital because we're not actually orbiting Kerbin. But the apoapse is well above where we need to be. In fact, we've just achieved our goal of 70,000. If I bring up, I forget what this ball is called, the navigational ball or something. But anyway, let's see. Did I? Oh, I did warp it a little bit. Okay. Let's see. We are... How do we do this again? Oh. Where's the... Can you only view it here, I guess? Okay. Yeah, we're at 138,000 meters, or 138 kilometers above Kerbin. You can see us out. We're really high now. So, let's see. So only thing to do now is just to wait, but we can speed up time, of course. And then I'm going to slow it down as we get closer. And we're going to be coming into the dark side. Let's see, let's go back into this mode. And we'll go ahead and decouple. Zoom in a little bit. And we can take a crew report. I'm going to go ahead and turn this to, is that? Okay, this is prograde. We want to go to retrograde. And we'll take a crew report. 4.5 science. We're now entering the atmosphere. If we didn't have that heat shield, the thing would probably explode at some point. We'll observe the mystery goo. I don't know why it's getting cold since we're entering the atmosphere, but... what was that? Okay. Okay, we lost the mystery goo container. I'm not really sure why. Let's try this one. Okay, we'll keep that data. And we'll go ahead and deploy now. I hope this works. It's slowing us down, that's good. Alright, well, I don't know why we lost that goo container. It may have been the angle that I entered. I'm not really sure. My vector was a little off, maybe? I don't know. Let's go ahead and speed it up a little bit. And slow it down. Whoa! Didn't slow down quick enough, but that's okay. We survived. Okay, now I'm gonna... There's these things called reaction wheels. I can actually turn this thing a little bit. It won't flip completely over for me. Let's go ahead and EVA. And we'll take an EVA report for 5.6 science. Keep that data. And I could take a water sample. But then I'll have to... I don't think I'll be able to get back in. We'll yeah, I can get back in. I think. Alright. The space bar lets him release... Or... it lets him jump off the spacecraft. And then we can take another EVA report. No? No? I guess not. Okay. I already took one, that's right. Ah, jeez. Okay, grab and board. And then recover the vessel. Let's see what we get. Could have gotten more had that canister not exploded on us. 41 science, that's not bad. We just recovered what was, let's see. There's the ablator. I don't know what that is. Heat shield, mystery gun. No experience on that. I don't know why that is. That's weird. Would have thought leaving the atmosphere would have got, or going into space rather, would have given us some kind of experience, but. Alright. Contracts. We can check these. We got these. Oops. And we broke some speed records. 25 meters per second. Launched our first vehicle. Broke another speed record. Altitude records. Land distance. That's kind of cool. Alright. Let's see. We want to go into the Science Center. And what do we want to... I'm thinking general rocketry. So that'll give us this new engine, which has a gimbal on it. The other engine that we used, that we used in the just now, does not gimbal. and you have to fight the aircraft to keep it, even with that SAS on, you have to fight to keep it in a straight vector. So this will be good. And we get this solid fuel booster. It's pretty big. And then we get some bigger fuel tanks. Let's see, this one gives us stability, which will be important, but we've already got a basic fin right now, so that's actually, I should have put that on the aircraft previously. That would have helped our trajectory a little bit. Survivability we already have, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up general rocketry for 20. Still got 21. Should I pick this up? So advanced rocketry, that's important because it's got this little engine that they're really good for. Once you get higher up in the atmosphere, you won't burn as much fuel. All these parts, strut connectors, they're good. And then this bigger decoupler. Here's the launch stability enhancer I was talking about. It pretty much holds the spacecraft on the launch pad until you're ready to launch. It won't wobble or, you know, tilt over on you. Flight control, we've got some winglets and a reaction wheel. Basic science, we got batteries, as the English say. Batteries. And thermometer, that's good for science. Another command module, which is, it flies on its own. You cannot house a Kerbal in it. So it would be good for probes, I guess. Radiator panel, that's new to me, I don't really know. It helps dissipate heat. Okay, I don't know, we'll see how that works out. And a comm unit. Okay. Alright, I think we'll go ahead and take this stability. That'll give us better fins. Okay, so that leaves us with just over 3 science points. So let's go back to here. And see, if we do this, it's not going to give us, it'll give us some money, 3 experience points, some reputation. Oh, by the way, up here at the top, this is our money, 263,000. This is our rep. If you're in the green, I guess you're good. Yellow's not as good, and then I don't know what the gray is. I guess that's neutral. I don't know. And then our science. Forgot to mention that earlier. Let's see. We could take this one, I guess. Test a parachute. They want us to test it at an altitude between 3 and 10,000 meters. And it has to be deployed within, at this speed, or between these two speeds, 140 milliseconds to 250. So maybe we'll just do that one. Oh, we can test this heat shield landed at Kerbal. We can do that because we're not going to be going through the atmosphere anyway. So let's go back here to the vehicle assembly building. Alright, so it's best to use as little parts as possible in case you lose some. I'll keep the canisters on there, and we need this parachute obviously, so that'll be stock for now. And then we'll do this decoupler. Let's see, we're doing that heat shield. Landed. Test on MK16 parachute. Let's see, there's the MK16. Now how am I? Oh yeah, up here, okay. I gotta think about how many fuel tanks I might need.